My name is Devon Mason. I started swimming for Carmel back in 2001. I was 9, and I swam with Carmel Swim Club until I was 18, and I went through the high school program as well. So a lot of my childhood and formative years were spent there.
Just a little bit of it, just a
Yeah.
little time. Where are you now, geographically, professionally, personally, anything that you are comfortable
Oh,
sharing?
yeah, sure. I made my way back to Indiana. I had left a little bit to go to Pittsburgh, and then I came back, did a little bit of van life in New Zealand, but made my way home to Carmel, Indiana, and I'm working as a marketing assistant downtown and doing freelance photography as of now.
What inspired you to start dipping your toe and really building your own photography business? Where did that passion come from?
Okay, yeah. As it happens in college, I chose a certain path and I just felt like something was missing and it was a bit of creativity. And I
Mhm.
just picked up a camera and started taking pictures in my free time. And I loved how it made my friends feel. They're like, oh my God, I love these photos, Devin. And I just kept doing it. And yeah, I just do family photos and portraits of my friends. So that's how it started.
Oh, very cool. And I have to ask, just because New Zealand is always a place that I have been fascinated with, but not been able to travel to yet. What was maybe the most memorable part of living there for a little bit?
I think it would be like waking up with the sunrise. I know in swimming sometimes that does happen, but this is like totally different feeling. You're like
Mhm.
there to meditate and calm down. And I went there because of hiking. I love to hike. Anything active I'm into. And yeah, I think probably doing sunrise hikes, one of the most memorable things that I did there.
Very cool. What are some of your earliest memories of being around the water? It doesn't have to be directly connected to competitive swimming. It can be anything from when you were little.
Yeah, I have a vivid memory of my 4th-year-old birthday party. It was at a pool and it was Spice Girl themed,
Oh,
which
wow.
was awesome. I was always Baby Spice. And yeah, I had all my friends from my neighborhood come, and I just remember dancing to the Spice Girls and jumping in the pool. And those are my earliest memories, like positive memories of the pool growing up.
It was a fun place to just
Yeah.
let loose and have fun with your friends.
Yeah.
So, what inspired you then as a 9-year-old to make the leap and evolve from jumping in as a Spice Girls birthday party guest of honor to making the transition over to Carmel Swim Club?
Yeah, I got into competitive swimming because I was the younger sister, and
Mhm.
my older sister had taken an interest in it, and I wanted to be just like her. And I also kind of wanted to beat her because I like to be competitive. So I got in with some of those motives, but mostly because I admired my older sister. And my family had moved from Terre Haute to Carmel when I was in 3rd grade,
Okay.
and we heard of Carmel Swim Club in the area. And my parents signed us both up, and that's how we got into competitive swimming here.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
What is the most significant lesson that you learned during your time with Carmel Swim Club?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that learning to appreciate the journey
Mhm.
will take you so far. I know that, I mean, Carmel Swim Club has a lot of amazing outcomes, like, 35 state meet wins. But for me, all the tools I learned along the way have helped me in adulthood. So, learning how to manage stress, learning how to, time management is just huge, is what I learned there. So, recognizing when you're in a tough time that, hey, if I learn something from this, it's only going to help me in the future, and appreciating that journey. I think
Yeah.
that's the big lesson I learned.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What advice or insight would you offer to current swimmers?
I think I think leaning on your community is a huge one. You're never alone in Carmel Swim Club. I
Mhm.
love this as I'm very extroverted, so I love being around people. But even if you are introverted and you're dealing with something, just learn to open up to your community because they're there for you. Your teammates are there for you. Your coaches are there for you. Like nurture those relationships and just lean on your team.
Would you say that the community you have built for yourself as a young adult has some of its roots from that?
Yeah, very much so. I feel really fortunate to have met like high quality people, people that know me better than I know myself sometimes from the age of 9 up.
Yeah.
And they can help me navigate like any life stresses or any huge life decisions. I feel fortunate to be surrounded by people that can give me great advice, and that continues to this day.
I think there's something to be said for when you're putting yourself physically and mentally clearly through something as intense as competitive swimming at
Yeah.
a high level, you have to learn how to be vulnerable around people to be successful. And so
Yes.
those relationships that you build get pretty deep pretty quickly.
Yeah. They do, especially with all the time you spend together. Just,
Just a little bit of time.
yeah, there's no other way. You're going to get close.
Yeah, without a doubt. What would you tell somebody who was thinking about joining Carmel Swim Club?
I would say go for it. Like, I'm a huge advocate for trying out new things. I mean, I'm always looking for, like, sewing classes, improv classes. If you don't try it, you won't know if you like it. And
Yeah,
even if it doesn't end up being your thing, like, you can still have a good experience from it. So I just think there's no downside. Just go for it.
I
That's
love it.
Yeah.
It's been funny. Some people have put a specific timeline on it. Someone said, you just try it for 6 months, and someone else was 2 weeks. Just give it 2 weeks. So, but I think the bottom line and the through line there is you have nothing to lose by giving it a shot.
Yeah.
Okay. This has been a question that has proven tough for people to narrow it down to one thing. So you can share multiple memories if you would like, but do you have a favorite Carmel swimming memory?
Um, I have multiple, as many people probably do, but I will, like, my first thought when I think of this is the travel meets, like the
Mhm.
away meets. And I loved going to Lakeside in Kentucky because you're just in this quarry. The light is glistening in on the bottom of the rocks where you're swimming. It feels like you're swimming in Tahiti or somewhere tropical. And I just remember, like, swimming the 400 IM there. And even though all the parents are on rafts, like cheering
Mhm.
you on, like just relaxing, you're not even mad at them because it's so pretty. So I just have great memories of, I think we went hiking one time before the meet.
Yeah.
And I just all the extracurricular activities we did around that meet. I just have great memories from it. I remember a dance off in the bus when our bus broke down.
Oh, do you
So
remember the song that you did a dance off to?
no, I mean, I think it was like probably Daniel and Nick's, like two
Mhm.
other teammates I had, and we were just killing time waiting for our bus man to repair our bus. And we were just being entertained by their cool dance moves. At that point, I didn't have enough confidence yet to dance like that in front of
Fair
others.
enough.
Yeah, but I thoroughly enjoyed the show.
Oh, good. um, do you think there's anything that people might be surprised to learn about Carmel Swim Club?
Yeah, I think it's that you'll probably take more trips with your team than your family in high school. Because I remember, like, even all those weekend swim meets, and you're like, wow, like maybe my dad couldn't come to one, but hey,
Mhm.
somebody else's dad is there. And now that dad is like my dad.
Yeah,
So I think that that family aspect is coming to play there. You'll be surprised by how close these people will feel like family. And
definitely.
I think that's super special.
Oh, that's great. Anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, I think that being in a sport this intense, you will just be surprised by how close you get to everyone around you. And the relationship doesn't stop there. I know from my college years, people like met their best friends in college. And I was always like, oh, I met my best friends when I was 11, and they are still in my life to this day. So I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm very fortunate to have found that community so early on in my life. And I mean, not to say I haven't met other people, I have, but just I will not leave this group of friends. Like, they are some of the best people I've met, and they're going through every life milestone with me now. And
Yeah.
it's pretty amazing.
Oh, it is. Well, Devon, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Maggie.
You're welcome.